Welcome to our Green Acres, everybody. My name is Teresa. Today's video, I'm going to take y'all shopping, and then I'm also going to bring y'all back home. We're going to do a couple of DIY projects, and I'm also going to show y'all some decorating that I'm doing around my home, just adding some special touches. Are y'all's daffodils blooming like mine? These right here are the beautiful creation that God gave us to tell us that spring is really right around the corner. They are the first ones to welcome me to spring every year, and I love to see them blooming. So y'all, let's do some spring shopping and also some spring decorating. Let's just take a minute, y'all, and go through Walmart and look at their new spring collection. They have tons of bunnies, lots of garland, some beautiful florals, and some gorgeous wreaths. It was so hard to select what I wanted to bring home and what I wanted to leave behind. I'll take y'all through my Walmart and show y'all some of the beautiful spring collection for this year, and they're still stocking the shelves. When we get finished shopping, I'll take y'all home and I'll show you the items that I purchased and the things that I'm planning on decorating for Easter and spring. As like every year, their shelves were loaded with bunnies of all colors, shapes, and sizes. I'm always impressed with Walmart's bunny collection, so they are one of my first places that I go to and wait for them to put it out on the shelves. So I'm going to have to make sure that I go in again to see what all new things they are still putting out. They are having a lot of spring items at the front of the store, and in this aisle right here, they had a lot of spring items that are new. They're new to me, but I thought this beautiful vase was pretty, and it was less than $10. I love the color of it because it would go with so many different colors of florals and greenery. Woven and wicker texture is going to be really popular this year, and I am so happy because I'm decorating my home with a lot of that. I love the trays, I love the baskets, I just love it all. So they have a lot of tray options this year, and I love trays because trays are just a great way to corral, items or create a beautiful vignette. Something I saw new at my Walmart this year were these beautiful spring florals that they had in containers. You can buy these by the bunches. So these right here, I'm not sure the price on these, but look at the beautiful cherry blossoms. They had, these right here. So if you're not good at making bouquets or, arranging florals and greenery in a vase, they've already done it for you. So these are great options right here for when you get those wicker vases. You can just stick these beautiful spring florals down in them, and you've got an instant beautiful arrangement to set out for the spring season. At our local Walmart, this is my favorite aisle to look at because it is home decor. They a lot of times if they're gonna have like my Texas home items, it will be on this aisle. Our store does not carry a lot of my Texas home, but we do have another Walmart that's a half hour from my home. They do have a better selection, so I need to make a drive over there so I can see what kind of home decor that they have. I love this tray, and what is special about it is because it has an acrylic top. So when you set things on it, it will set, straight and even. And I have a couple of those trays already, and I love those. This black bowl right here I thought was really pretty. They had like the cutting board, and they had these little, I guess these are candle holders. These right here, or maybe they're bowls. I'm not sure what these were, but I love the black. So black, like I say, it's going to be very trendy this year, but black goes with everything. I mean, it matches wood tones, gold tones. So if you are into the black this year, they have a new collection at Walmart this year for 2026. Now, I looked for this bow hook back before Christmas, so I'm so glad my Walmart got these back in stock. I'm going to put one of these up in my bathroom and hang my necklaces on them. oh my goodness, are these little golden doodle lamps not the most precious thing? These were $50. Now, I love dogs, but, you know, if this was a bunny, by all means, I would have been bringing this home. But I think these are adorable lamps. And something I probably would have walked right past, but look at these little candle charms. They had several designs of these, but look at the little dots and the bows. All right, now let's head home. I'm going to do a couple of DIYs and let's do some spring decorating. I found these two really cute Easter bunnies at Goodwill back last year, and I've just went on and packed them up into my spring and my Easter decor. So I pulled them out the other day and I thought, what a great time now to make over these two pieces. We're going to paint them with a dark color base like brown or black, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to show y'all how easy it is to turn these into some really pretty gold bunnies. Now, if you are tired of messing up all your paintbrushes for, using rub and buff, I'm going to show you a really easy technique that you won't have to sacrifice your paintbrushes, because anytime you use rub and buff, it's going to really pretty much mess up your paintbrushes and you're going to have to throw them away. The first thing you're going to want to do to your bunnies is spray paint them a dark base. You can use black or you can use brown spray paint. Once the dark base is dry, then you want to get a couple of plastic bags. Now I put the antique gold rub and buff down in the bag, and then I put my bunny in, and you just rub that bag all over the bunny until you get him fully covered. I took it out and then I turned it upside down and put his head down into the bag to do the top of him, and just keep rubbing that rub and buff, and if you need to apply more rub and buff inside your bag, you can. Also, another method, you can put the rub and buff onto your rabbit. You just go around and dab a bunch of dots all over, your project piece, then put it down in your plastic bag and rub the plastic bag all over your piece. This will spread out that rub and buff, and you can do as much rub and buff as you want. If you want more of that dark base to come through, of course you would use less. I went around, just kept working it, and once I got got him out of the bag, I went through with my finger using that same bag and just kind of went down into those crevices so I could get some gold down in that. So many ways now that we can decorate these cute little bunnies, but I'm just going to add a couple of cabbage rose heads to these little bowls down at the bottom of the rabbits, and then I'm going to tie a pretty ribbon around their neck. I think these turned out absolutely beautiful. So just keep a lookout at things at the thrift store, and even though you don't like the color of something, rub and buff works wonders, y'all. So look how beautiful and elegant these rabbits are now. Another way to really refresh your home for the spring and the summer season is update and paint some of your furniture that maybe you've gotten tired of. It may be a drab color. Get out your favorite color paints and paint a piece of your furniture. A fresh coat of paint on something, y'all, can just work miracles. And I purchased this Bombay chest of drawers a couple of years ago at a yard sale, and I paid $60 for it. I've enjoyed it this color for a couple of years, but I've just been drawn to want to paint it and just make it look a little bit more refreshed. And I think I will enjoy decorating it a lot more without it being that drab brown. It already had some of the hardware pulls missing, so all I've got to do now is get on Amazon or try to find some at Hobby Lobby, but I'm going to go and shop for some really pretty drawer pulls for it. But now I think this is going to be a stunning piece that I can decorate for all the seasons. And actually, I would love y'all's opinion on what kind of drawer pulls I should get. This is what was originally on it, but I'm wondering if we should go with the same style or maybe change it up. Maybe get some gold ones. Let me know down below. And also, you'll see the drawers pulled out throughout the video because once I close them, they're hard to open without the handles. Another beautiful home decor item that I'm collecting this spring and summer is these woven vases. A lot of retailers are selling these, so you can find these in all colors and shapes and sizes. Now, some of these can run up in the money, but if you shop around, and I have been looking at Walmart, I've looked at Ross, TJ Maxx, I've also bought a couple at Walmart. So just about everywhere sells a version of these woven vases and pictures. So I have been collecting these baskets and vases from different places. Also, you can check out Hobby Lobby. And I did find that really large one at Ross. It was less than $20. So I was excited to find it and just pair them with different sizes. And it's fun to go out and shop for these, see if you can find them, and hopefully you can find some at the thrift store and save a lot of money. But they just make such great vessels. You can pair these now with some beautiful greenery and beautiful florals for spring and summer. These right here were some of my favorites at Walmart, are these flocked home decor spring bunnies. Now they have flocked items just for about every season, and I'm always drawn to those items. I get a lot of flocked Christmas items, but for Easter and spring, I always love to go and check out, the flocked bunnies, because these make such a beautiful accent piece to put on your Easter tablescapes. You can just set these around your home. These are all, great pieces that come in some really pretty neutral and pastel colors. And this year Walmart has them in a variety of sizes. So I picked up the larger one, and I also got this one that is laying down. I absolutely love the position of this one, and these just make beautiful pieces to set out in your home around Easter and spring. Another great decorating tip is get your cutting boards, and I got this one at Aldi a couple of years ago. I think I paid $6.99 for it, and I got this bird hanger last year at a vintage market that we go to. They have one in the spring and also around Christmas time. And I picked it up and I showed it to y'all in a video last year, but I just hung it around my cutting board handle. So just another easy tip, if you've got a little piece of framed art or a piece like this, get your cutting boards and display them with that and set them out in your kitchen. In a video I put out a couple weeks ago, I took y'all shopping with me to TJ Maxx. I showed y'all this sweet little sheep and her baby that I got for $7.99. I paired it over at our condo in our kitchen on some open shelving because I'd purchased this really large canvas from Amazon a couple of years ago and absolutely love it. So I think she pairs really well with that canvas, and just wanted to show you where I ended up styling her and using her in our home. But so many great places of how you can style a piece like this. Another Walmart spring collection find is this topiary bunny. Now, I purchased mine last year, but they have a bunch of them back this year. I think for a pair, they're around the $80 range, but I think I got mine last year around $35 to $40. But I just added a bow to mine last year, but this year I did add a larger pot to the bottom. I just put the smaller pot down into a planter pot, and this is just a plastic flower pot. I went outside and spray painted it gold, and then I just went around with the raffia moss that I had, and I didn't have enough of the brown, but I did spread out the green that they give you in the original pot. So I just kind of mixed the two together. I did put some filler in the bowl. I just put some bubble wrap down in it just to work it around the smaller planter inside the larger planter, just to hold it in really well. I added a really pink bow to her, and I just set her in my laundry room. It just adds a really pretty spring touch now to my laundry room. But so if you see these at Walmart, you don't just have to put these outside. You can also decorate with those inside. Now I want to show y'all these really pretty candle charms that I showed y'all in the shopping part of the video. These were less than $5, and you get some bows and some gold dots. Now these are just like earrings. They have a post and a back. You just want to pull the back off, and then you want to take the post and just stick it into your wax candle. These candles that I'm using in today's video, this one right here I got at the Target dollar spot a couple of Christmases ago, and then I'm also going to show you how I use these charms on some pillar LED candles. But as long as your candles are wax, whether they're battery operated or they're the flame kind, these posts will work. So just go around, decorate, and design your charms onto your candles any way you want to. And if you want to do more candles, you probably want to pick up maybe a couple of cards of these so you will have more. They give you 3 bows and 3 dots on this card. But I think this just adds such a beautiful detail to your candles, and so easy to, implement these too. And I'm going to show you real quick on this bubble candle what this bow looks like. And I'm just going to take one bow. I'm going to flip my candle around just to show you how cute it adds just such a great detail when you just put it in the center of this candle. It just adds just another little, level of detail. And I'll also show you how I'm going to take 3 pillar LED candles, and I'll use the gold bows on each one of those and how pretty these look. So y'all, are y'all ready for spring? And did y'all have fun coming along with me and going shopping for spring decor, and then coming back home, doing a couple of DIY projects with me, and then also starting some spring decorating? I love just getting to play around with it right now, just to see, what kind of items I can pick up. And of course, doing it as, you know, inexpensive as we can, but also just adding those special touches when spring finally does get here. We can open our homes back up from the winter season and just let some bright light and some, you know, just refreshing decor come into our homes. So I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I didn't have time to get everything that I purchased in today's video, so I'll kind of have like a part 2 next time. We'll do some more maybe shopping and some more decorating, but I'll show you some more items that I do have and some ways of how we can, you know, style those items in our home for spring and just have fun with it. So until the next video, I appreciate all of y'all. Hope you have a great week, and I'll see all of y'all again back here next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bye, y'all.